My husband hasn't spoken to me in a week. How do I handle the silent treatment?
Whilst I admire your perseverance, silent treatment is one of the worst coping mechanisms. It manipulates the ignored into buckling, and allows the ignorer to deny any responsibility. I would just keep speaking to him even if he ignores you. He may pretend he is not listening, but the words will go in. Don't give up and succumb as he wants you to, for what you say here seems reasonable. You have nothing to apologize for based on your op, and your husband's anger is misdirected. He's annoyed he can't see his sister. But realistically he will see her soon anyway.
Every time you give in to his childishness, it only gives more reason for him to do this again. He knows it works. Even if inside he's beating himself up about it and knows it's unhealthy and stupid. Try to remain calm and your points intentful and informed. It may be exhausting and break you down, but your neutrality here is your strength. He does need to know, however, that his frustrations with money are not your doing. They're a collective matter that needs to be addressed as a family unit. Not discussing this isn't going to make any money appear, nor is it going to resolve the symptoms of not having the money you want. It also looks ridiculous in front of your kids and is damaging.
I usually keep trying to talk to him until he makes me apologize. Counseling, therapy, or divorce. Sounds harsh, but I can understand not having the capacity to do that anymore. I was in relationships like that and absolutely cannot stand that anymore. Add children and I'd honestly throw the whole man out. If I don't want myself to go through this, I'd never have a child be exposed to that. He's a grown adult. If he can't act like one, he shouldn't be a husband or father. Yes, my tolerance for this BS is essentially non-existent.
Prepare him his porridge in sippy cup and put out his fuzzy socks, because if he wants to act like a toddler, he gets treated like one.
Your husband is stonewalling you. Per the relationship psychologist, Gottman, this is one of the 4 horsemen of divorce. Your husband is withdrawing from you, silent treatment, to display his disapproval of you. Stonewalling is the most severe of the 4 horsemen. Because of the withdrawal/lack of communication. You can try to engage in activities that help soothe you until he's ready to dull. Ultimately, this behavior needs to be addressed, and you both need to find better/healthier ways of voicing and handling disagreement/disapproval within your marriage.
You tell him that this is emotional abuse and you will not tolerate it. Tell him that the two of you will discuss this tomorrow after he's has some time to really think about how he's handled this situation and after he's considered if this is the way he wants your relationship to be. Posts like this help me feel less lonely while single. I definitely don't want to be treated like this in a relationship.
Best way to combat this is to act normal. Go watch TV. Have fun doing what you normally would. Literally ignore him back but seem really happy. He will get pissed his silent treatment isn't working and break the ice. The silent treatment is abuse. This is really abusive behavior. If this were my husband, I would simply tell him that I won't be apologizing for pointing out facts. Take full advantage of his silence and say your piece. Then I would let him know that I won't be waiting around for him to rejoin the family and I'll be getting on with life, with or without him. Then I would do just that and get on with my life as though he isn't there. I am blessed with the ability to do that, which a lot of people by nature are not equipped for, which may be you. The reality is that you can't resolve anything without communicating, and he isn't doing that, so just get on with it and ignore him. You reap what you sow. When he decides to grow up and treat you like a person, then he'll get the same in return. When he eventually starts speaking to you, ignore his silent episode. Don't do the, "Oh, you're talking to me now, huh?" stuff. Just respond as though you've been speaking all along. Then less attention you give his behavior, the less effective it becomes. I once had my ex ignore me for weeks. I finally broke and begged and sobbed, and yeah, that is what he wanted. It's an abusive and manipulative tactic that only an immature asshole employs. I divorced the man that did that to me. Please make a plan to leave. This was my father growing up. He didn't speak to me for weeks. Sometimes months during high school. I'm 30 and still in therapy. Question: why did he want to see his sister now instead of waiting another few weeks for the planned trip? Was there a family emergency? Like another poster said, enjoy the silence and go on about your daily routine. Let the man baby pout. If he wants to travel, he should figure out the financial end to accomplish that. Silently divorce the idiot. Silently slip him those divorce papers and he'll probably open up a bit. It's a mark of emotional immaturity and abuse. Simply put, he has no reason to change and won't. If you're to the point where you can't handle it anymore, and nobody could blame you because it's abuse and it sucks, it's time to have a talk about divorce. Relationships are founded on strong, open and honest communication. He's taken that away from your relationship and doomed it to failure. He has made his inability to rebound from emotional blows a form of punishment. He has a lot of work to do on himself. Most people don't choose to do that work until there's no other choice. But relationships are another kind of choice. You can stop participating in yours anytime you choose. Elevate your own well-being over his in your own mind. It's the same he's done to you. It's time to protect yourself emotionally and mentally. You're his wife, not his mother. This is passive-aggressive behavior and a form of abuse. Believe me, I lived with my mother who perfected the silent treatment. A therapist is the one who showed me the light. He sounds like a child. Get rid of him. This may sound callous, but my wife did this for years. At some point I just realized it's her problem and not mine. And I just stopped letting it bother me. Funny enough, it didn't take long for her to stop. I don't think she either did it on purpose or consciously stopped, but just subconsciously at some point realized it wasn't doing any good. Didn't make me feel bad, and wasn't really punishing me. So it just phases out. I used to apologize for every fight, even when I was right. Heck, I apologize for breathing sometimes. I am in the process of breaking that habit. You should too. Don't reward him for childish behavior. He had to know that the money wasn't there for 2 trips. I suspect he might be picking fights with you. I don't know if his ego needs a boost or what, but it definitely seems like this is a made-up fight.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.